to Taffy. "Henry, help me," he yelled. Thinking fast, Henry tied two crusty dish towels together and tossed one end to Keats. He grabbed it and Henry pulled. Just as Keats started to climb up, his foot bumped into something. "There's something jammed in here," Keats said. With one hand still on the towel rack, Keats reached into the spongy floor. There was a gurgle as he yanked out a small scepter, like a king might carry. Only this one had a light bulb screwed into the top. Keats flung the rod to Henry. He put it on the counter so he could keep pulling. Crawling out of the sinkhole was getting harder. When Keats had tugged the rod free, it was like unclogging a drain in the bathtub. Things started going down the hole faster. The floor began to swirl a little as it spun around Keats. The moving floor made the table tip over, still open to the marked page. The How to Zap Anything book fell and skidded towards the pit. The spell, Keats let go of the rope with one hand again. He reached for the book, but he was only able to grab one page. The page ripped off into his fingers, and the rest of the book was sucked into the hole. There was a swoosh sound. Suddenly, everything stopped swirling. With Henry's help, Keats pulled himself onto solid ground. The book must have plugged up the hole again, Keats said, getting to his feet. He uncrumpled the torn page in his hands, but I saved the spell. "Great job, Keats," Henry said, and picked up the rod on the counter. "Do you think this is the wine Mr. Kickham was talking about?" Keats eyed it. "I thought a magic wand would look different. This is just a goofy stick with a light bulb on top." He shrugged. "But in this house, that's weird enough to be right." "Good point," Henry agreed. Blam! The boys jumped as a pounding started on the wall behind the counter. Keats began to panic again. "The zombie is trying to break into the house. That's right. It's right on the other side of the wall." Henry tried to calm him down. "That works out great," he said. "We could try out the wine and the spell you found." Keats took a deep breath. Then zapped. "It's only part of the spell, but what do we have to lose?" he said. "After all, it's called Zap a Zombie." The boys faced the wall where the zombie was pounding. Keats held the spell and Henry held the wine. "Okay," Keats said. "Step 1, we have to stand on one foot." The boys did. Keats was a little more wobbly than Henry. Keats read step 2. "Now wave the wine." Henry did. "What's next?" "I don't know," Keats answered. "We're supposed to say something, but step 3 is missing. I don't know what the words are." "You name your bite after a guy who wrote the dictionary," said Henry. "You like words. Make something up." Keats thought for a second. "How about zombie go up a tree and set us free?" "That's really weird, really strange," Henry said with a line, "but I like it." Henry waved the wine, and both boys said, "Zombie, go up a tree and set us free." Keats held his breath. Henry was grinning, waiting for the bang or something big, but nothing happened. The zombie just kept ramming the wall. The boys both put both feet on the floor again. "Sorry," Keats said, disappointed. "We need the real words to make the spell work." "It's just that. Listen." Henry shook the wine again. Keats heard a rattling sound. It was the noise a burned out light bulb makes. Keats said, "The bulb is burned out. The wine probably can't work with a busted bulb." "No problem," said Henry. "We'll just get another one." But it was a problem. They looked into the cabinet. There weren't any bulbs in. The ones in the lamp in the kitchen were all too big. They didn't fit the wine. "Hold on," Henry said. "I know where we can find a bulb." In a note, Mr. Kickham asked us to bring a box of bulbs down from the attic. The bulbs are waiting for us. We just have to get to them. Keats felt his stomach flip-flop. If the garden and the kitchen were so creepy, he could only imagine how scary the attic would be. Chapter 6, Detour. Wait a second, Henry, Keats said. I just want to make sure I understand your new world's greatest plan. He took a deep breath and asked, you want us to go up to the attic to get light bulbs and bring them downstairs and use one of them to put in the wine so we can zap the zombie with a spell and finish the to-do list so the owner of the house will come back and take us home? He laughed at the really long question. He knew Keats was trying to stall. Don't go chicken on me, Keats. We can follow my plan, or we can stay here and wait for our zombie pile. Keats looked at the shaking kitchen wall. The pounding from outside had gotten louder. Cracks were forming in the wall. It wouldn't be long before the zombie broke through. Okay, let's go, Keats said. Henry opened the door on the other side of the room. Behind the door was a hallway. Another hallway, Keats asked. Henry shrugged. I guess that's why Mr. Kickham called this place Hallway House. The hallway was fairly dark. Doors lined both walls, and at the end they could make out the bottom of steps of a winding staircase. Those steps must lead up to the attic, Henry said. Come on. With Keats holding the wine, the boys crept out of the kitchen. After they walked through the doorway, it shimmered. Then it was gone. This seemed totally normal by now, but also made the hallway even darker. Slowly, the boys made their way down the hall. Ouch, a voice shouted. Henry chuckled. What's wrong now, Keats? I didn't say anything, he said. Then who said ouch? Henry asked. I thought you did, Keats said. He took another step. Ouch, a voice said again. Something nipped at Keats' toes. He could feel it through his sneakers. He jerked back his foot. What was that? Keats asked in shock. It's too dark, Henry said. I can't tell. Keats pressed the button for the light on his watch. He aimed the light down at the carpet. There are faces on the rug, Keats yelled. In the dim light from the watch, he could see the pair in the carpet. Faces as big as oranges had been woven into the fabric. The faces were repeated over and over. There was one about every 3 inches, and they were moving, blinking, yawning, frowning. Each face was like the head of a stick figure. They just had eyes and mouth and looked like something a little kid might draw. Henry crouched down and touched one of the faces. Ouch, the face cried. It bit Henry's finger. He pulled his hand back. I don't know. I don't think they have teeth, but that still hurts, Henry said. Why would Mr. Kickham want a carpet like this? Maybe the faces are like the zombie and he doesn't want them here, Keats said. What are we going to do? We can't go back and we can't go to the attic without stepping on faces. Henry frowned and then snapped his fingers. Sure we can, he announced. Just walk on your toes like this. Henry stood up on the tip of his toes and stepped forward. As Henry moved, he put his toes in the empty spaces between the faces. Henry tiptoed further down the hall. Come on, Keats. It's kind of like dancing. That was the problem. Keats wasn't a very good dancer, but he didn't have a choice. Keats got on his toes. He looked down and started walking carefully on the carpet. His eyes were used to the dark by now. As Keats stepped between the faces, they watched him. A couple opened their mouths. They were ready to bite him if he stepped too close. That made it even harder to think about what he was doing. Keats started tiptoeing faster. Soon he was moving so quickly he couldn't stop. If he did, he'd fall over. Waving the wine in front of him, Keats pushed past Henry and almost tripped both of them. Then he started to mess up. Ouch, said a face on the carpet as Keats stepped on it. Ouch, said Keats as the face bit his toe. Ouch, another face shouted and bit down. Ouch, Keats cried again. The hall filled with shouts of ouch from the faces and Keats. Almost there, Henry called over the racket. Keep going. The boys were just a few feet away from the attic steps, but Keats couldn't make it. A face bit down especially hard on his toe. Keats finally lost his balance and fell sideways. Ack! Keats yelled. He tumbled through a doorway, the wrong doorway. Harry didn't have a choice. He had to follow Keats or they would be separated. I'm coming, Keats, he shouted. And before the door could disappear, Henry dove after him. That was the end of chapter 6. And this is the book that we're reading. For those of you that haven't been on from the beginning, this is Attack of the Shark-Headed Zombie by Bill Doyle. Today's assignment is for you to tell me what you would do if you were in the character's place. Tell me a moment you thought was funny in the book so far. Write your own funny story. I mean, you could do any of the three topics, or you could do all of the topics. You could give me a little bit of information on each topic. But if you're going to write your own story, I'll just prefer you to do your own story. And I would like also to say again, thank you to all of you who have been getting on. And in order for me to give you credit for being on, I need you to leave a comment down below with your name, so I could keep a track of those who have been online. And also for the rest of your assignment, you are to get on Splash Math or Prodigy for 30 minutes. Seriously, I need y'all to get on to these sites so y'all could get credit for the sites. And I need to help get y'all to get on so it can help you with whatever you may be struggling in math, or it could just be for fun. Because Splash Math is kind of a fun game where you could go on and answer questions and gain coins and stuff. And with the coins, you can make your own aquarium, or is a jungle setting on there. So that's kind of a fun game. And in Prodigy, you have your own character you create. You like a wizard, and you go around doing different kinds of stuff like a big quest. And also 15 minutes on ReadWorks doing the articles and answering the questions. And as I said before, we'll be continuing to do the lessons that we'll be doing. And starting on Monday, we'll be adding into some history, maybe some Black history. And I'll let you know what the topic will be on Thursday. Because Friday we have our fun days. And we'll be continuing to get on Roblox for fun day on Fridays. All right. So that was our lesson for today. And I hope y'all continue to get on and do your work and send me your projects. You can do it in a form of writing, or you could do it in a form of a video. And I also want y'all to continue doing what y'all been doing. Those of you that have been getting on, y'all been doing a good job. I'm very proud of y'all. Y'all been showing me that y'all really enjoy what y'all learning, and that y'all actually have been listening. And I'm so very glad that y'all have been getting on. And as I said for today, this is the lesson for today. I'll see you tomorrow with a new lesson. We'll be working on a state. If you want a state that you want to use, you could just give me a hint on a comment below what the states you want to try. And as you've seen on Tuesday, we were working on a country. We'll be working on countries. You can give me a country that you may be interested in. We did South America yesterday. So continue to do your good work, children. I'm very, very proud of y'all. Those that y'all have getting on, I'm very, very, very proud. And I hope we continue to do well, and everybody stay safe. Goodbye.